At the 2014 Geneva Motor Show, Lamborghini unveiled its latest edition, the Huracan. The vehicle represents everything that Lamborghini is known for: speed and cost. It goes at 0 to 124 miles per hour in 9.9 seconds and costs you about $240,000. But the Huracan also represents a new approach to automotive engineering for Lamborghini. Here to discuss, Stefan Winkelmann, President and CEO of Lamborghini. Wonderful to have you here, Stefan. So this is a pretty sweet ride, but at $240,000, with 1,000 people lined up to buy these, I just have to ask, who's buying?
In terms of markets?
Yeah, I mean, is this the Middle East? Is U.S. buyers?
The U.S. is the biggest market, followed by China. Then we have the Middle East, indeed, Japan, the U.K., Germany. These are the top markets. But we have also big markets which are small in size but big for us, like Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, where a lot of high-net individuals live.
How would you characterize this car, and how is it maybe different from what you guys have done in the past?
I've given to my people a very short briefing when they started building the car or developing the car. It was all about instinctive technology. Instinctive technology sounds a bit weird, but it's very important because it has to be very fast on the racetrack, and it has to be easy to be driven on normal roads. So all the technology which you have inside has to fit you like a glove, and you have to feel at home at the very first moment, and you have to be better than your driving skills by driving the Huracan.
And how does this work together, the technology and the actual vehicle?
The technology needs to be something which is helping you, like the power-to-weight ratio, the stiffness, the double clutch, an engine which is immediately responding, a steering which is dynamic, so all these things together.
And still be a work of art, right? You've got a cap on sales. How many of these are you actually going to sell?
But this is something we have to see, but it's going very well.
But you cap it out, right? You only allow a certain number of these cars on the market at a certain time?
One of the key issues in the luxury business is to always sell one car less than demand. So this is the key.
You got to keep that demand going to keep it very, very special. Let me ask you about the company itself. It's owned by Volkswagen. We were talking about Aston Martin earlier today as being sort of that separate standalone unit. You know, a luxury car as well, not quite the same as Lamborghini, but, you know, on its own, what's the difference having a big parent company as opposed to being completely on your own?
But you know, the Volkswagen Group has a lot of brands, a dozen. We are the most exclusive one, Lamborghini. Last year we produced a bit more than 2,000 cars. So we are profiting from the position in the Volkswagen Group that they leave the responsibility to all what is happening to us in terms of R&D, production, and sales, and also it's clear that we have our own profit and loss. But we benefit from synergies and scale. For example...
So you like being part of a bigger company?
Sorry?
You like being part of a bigger company?
Yes, the synergy and scale in terms of purchasing, so we can purchase for a lower price, higher quality, in terms of their processes, in terms of production. So there is a lot we learned from them and we benefit.
Gives you some benefits. You know, Carl Pope, former head of the Sierra Club, was on with me earlier this morning, and we were talking about the importance of new energy and how in some ways it's been very consumer driven, and he pointed to Tesla as an example of this. Lamborghini is actually trying to go green. You think Lamborghini, you don't necessarily think new energy and green technology, but what are some examples of what you guys are doing, and are consumers asking for it?
Well, what we did in the past, in the last years, we reduced the emissions, the CO2 emissions, with the cars by more than 20% in the last years. And we divide this also from our site, from our factory. We are going to be CO2 neutral by next year, by 2015. And this is a big effort for a small company like ours. So we want to keep the perfect balance between having the fun of driving those super sports cars, which are not meant to go on a daily base from A to B, but this is a dream which is becoming through, and we want also in future that all the thumbs are up when you pass by in a Lamborghini.
How long do you have to wait for one of these cars?
For the Aventador, the big one, more than a year. Then this one, the Huracan, which we launched at the Geneva Auto Show, is sold out already for the year 2014.
Sold out for 2014. Yes. Okay, so over a year wait. Thank you so much, Stefan. Great to have you. Grazie. Stefan Winkelmann, President and CEO of Lamborghini.